Yeah. Interesting club tag.
Yeah, I've recently joined. The name of the group is actually Suicide.
Nice, nice.
Yeah, it's interesting. I didn't actually know what KYS meant until I joined.
Oh, nice.
Like I knew the abbreviation, but I'd never actually like connected the two.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, okay. Once I actually joined and saw the name. There's one thing that I've done, and again, one of your videos showed me not to, and it wasn't so much if I start on this side, but if I start on the other side, is I generally auto pick Q at the start of the game,
hmm
where I always forget to do it, but I afterwards I remember not to pick my skill until I come up to lane, because if I'm on the other side, you said I can hide in this bush, and if like they're starting with a leash top as they're coming to lane and entering this bush, you can just drop your E on them.
Yeah.
There's nothing to really do about it.
Yeah.
I really
Man, I
plan to
haven't
do
done that
that.
in so long.
I plan
But
to do
yeah,
it, but
it's
I always
definitely
auto pick
possible.
my Q.
hmm Yeah.
It's not until after I pick my Q that I'm like, oh damn.
Which she didn't leash anyway, so it wasn't really applicable here.
Yeah,
Um,
and I'm on the other side.
so let me turn it to your vision. So normally I would ask you how do you know where Jack started, but you definitely know now because Blitzcrank warded it. Oh my god, that
Yeah,
looks weird.
yeah. So I play with this guy a lot
Yeah.
lately. He is a support main, so it's really funny us duoing because he's one end of the map and I'm on the other.
Mhm.
And he 9 times out of 10 steals the enemy red.
Yeah.
He just hooks it and cheers. Their jungler's now behind without a red.
Disgusting human being.
Oh yeah, it's beautiful. I played a game the other day where he did it with the Lee Sin, like our Lee Sin with him.
Yeah.
He hooked the red. All the Lee Sin had to do was smite it, and the Lee Sin turned and ran away, and then started going, "Why did you do that?" And everyone on the team's like, "Dude, like, what are you doing?" He was not a good player.
Okay. So this ward,
Yes.
it serves absolutely no purpose. Why are we warding here at a minute
So
40?
with my start, I generally will make sure, obviously, there's no invade happening on that side, or at least view it if it's going to happen.
Yeah, you
Um,
did that.
and then and then I go the river way. I put a ward there at say like a minute 40 because or a minute 30. So then now I can go up to lane and I'm not at risk at like a level 2 gank.
You're not risk. You saw Jax.
I know, but in the next 2 minutes he could definitely make his way up there.
Your ward's gonna be dead in 2 minutes. You're
I
gonna have
guess.
nothing by the time he ganks.
I guess.
So, so what I'm getting at is the timing is the issue. Um, so you have to wait until the jungler is actually going to be topside before you ward. So it's going to be around 2:45, 3 minutes when you should be warding, based off the enemy
Right.
jungler's pathing. Now, if you're on Alawi's side, and the enemy jungler was
Mm-hmm.
a cheese level 2 ganker that started red buff, then you would ward that
Mm-hmm.
early, but that'd be the only time.
To be fair, I do the exact same thing if I'm on the other side.
Yeah.
I stand around making sure there's no leash happening or invade happening, and then I'll go on river, drop a ward there, and head up. But okay, don't do that. Wait until
Yeah.
about 3 minutes. Another reason I did it, especially with like a matchup like Alawi, is a lot of the time if I don't put it there now, I won't get one there because I can't go down there safely without losing a bunch of CS and just being away from my minions for experience.
That's probably bad wave management then that's causing that. Um, we'll have to see.
Well, Usually she beats my ass, that's why.
Yeah.
I think this one actually is using Omni Stone, so I think that's why I did better this one.
Yeah. Yeah, she's trolling a little bit. So basic trading concept here.
Mm-hmm.
Anytime that you trade with Garen, you should be using auto before you Q into melee champs.
Right.
Because the Q resets the auto,
Yeah.
so you get it off a lot faster and you get free damage.
Right. So auto Q, auto, or just auto Q.
I mean, you could go for the next auto. It depends. In this situation, I wouldn't because of minion damage level 1.
Yeah.
But you could do that. But the reason I said against melee is because against ranged, you're usually not going to be able to get in range without using your Q first.
Yeah. Because you're pretty much using it for the speed boost.
Yeah. He is now pushed into us. We're just chilling, waiting for minion wave. So when it comes to wave management, do we have any kind of plan?
Well, the reason why I obviously killed those two there is because I saw the other wave coming in, and I wanted to freeze it a little bit further away from my tower.
Okay, why further?
So just give me that little bit of extra buffer room.
Or what?
It keeps the vision of like my little alcove here free. Well, she's staying on top of me the whole time, making it harder for me.
Mm-hmm.
If I can at least block her vision a little bit better, there's the chance that my jungler may come up and help.
I'm not sure what you mean by blocking her vision.
Well, if you go to her vision from here,
yeah,
she can't see into my alcove, like that little alcove south of where I am, like down there.
That's not an alcove, but okay, I got what you're talking about.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Like,
yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So the problem with that. Who cares if someone ganks through here? She's back here.
Yeah, I know. Generally, they will go river and go behind her. I understand that, but a lot of my junglers don't. So,
okay.
I've had bad experiences with a lot of junglers in the last, well, just majority of the games that I play.
Yeah. Just because your jungler doesn't know how to path doesn't mean you do this. So we want to have the minion wave closer to the turret, as close as we can get it, because then it's going to be very awkward for her to really do anything because you're under turret.
Yeah.
And even if she lands her E on you, most of the time she can't do anything because she'll get shot by the turret if she tries to hit it with autos, if you've done it correctly.
Well, this is actually one of the first games that instead of running away from the E, I actually try to engage more, and it works.
Yeah, it can.
I used to run away, and then I'd need to dodge all the tentacles trying to slap me.
Yeah.
Where now, because if I'll see that I've got like a minion wave, and I'll go, okay, she's not going to be able to stand there and just cop hits all the time. Like here.
Yeah, so why was she able to land the E there? What did you do wrong?
I wasn't behind any of my creeps.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I've, been trying to do. And then, yeah, I fucked up.
Did we get the... Oh, I didn't get the cannon. Oh, man.
Every time I miss a canyon, I pretty much complain on Discord to everyone I'm talking to. I know I'm not good at CS, but I still, I know that I should be doing it. So, even if, I hit it and it lives by just the tiniest slither of health and then a minion kills it, I'm angry about it. Just because I just mistimed it by, a single minion hit.
So here we're just farming. Her tentacle spawns. She Qs. So she just burned her Q. You're level 3. She's basically level 2 now because she burned an ability. But you don't do anything with that. Which now she levels up, but she's still down her Q. And then when she W's, the tentacle slaps, so you should know that you have to go this way in order to dodge it. Probably do that in a better color.
Yeah.
But we're not dodging it.
Well, that was a very scary matchup for me. So
Yeah.
she's the boss.
Cool. We did that entire fight without using W, but it's alright.
Yeah, that's another thing I'm really bad at. Sometimes, like, I'm usually quite good at Wing like a tower shot, but
Yeah.
that's about it. I'm very bad at actually getting them off.
So, yeah, you didn't W, which she was stunned for a good while, to be fair. But
Yeah.
you had your full E on her, and you knew she was stunned. You also knew you had W. There is no reason to burn the Ignite. You
Right.
completely wasted it there. Yeah, right here, you could have just queued her. You didn't have to Ignite.
Yeah.
So now you just got a 3-minute cooldown for no reason.
Right. I just wanted to make sure she was dead.
Yeah.
But yes, you're right.
Alright, shove the
A lot of-
wave, recall.
A lot of people I've talked to say I should take teleport, and I understand the benefits of it, but 9 times out of 10, whenever I take teleport, I would have gotten a kill if I had ignite, and it just really burns me because it helps me get ahead early game.
Okay. So then, the problem is, you play the same with Ignite as you do Teleport. So, you don't play the lane the same way if you take Teleport. It's not like, because you have to play more around managing the waves and getting good recalls with good backs, because like you would want to back as soon as you can get, I don't know, Phage or something and benefit off of that teleport, because your teleport is more advantage off of your immediate gold advantage than the extra kill pressure from damage directly.
Yeah, right.
But you probably play it the exact same and recall at the same times, and then it's
It's just
suboptimal for that one.
having the ability to get back to lane much
Yeah.
faster if you have teleport.
Huh? Both level 6. Nice. Okay. So, now that Alawi's level 6, what is the counterplay to her ultimate?
Don't be under her. Don't let her E you and have you and your ghost under it.
Yeah, that's part of it. So basically what we're getting at is when she ults run.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this, in my opinion, is why I think Alawi's a terrible champion. Because she can't do anything if you run away.
Right.
There's absolutely nothing she can do about it. So knowing that, how should you be looking to trade?
Wait till dodge an E and then just all in her.
Yep. Like right here, she E's. Um, do this. Now, against the Lowy, you could also walk up to her, start your E, and then once your E is done, Q her and run away. That's also an option. Because here, yeah, we get caught. So, look at what we did wrong here. Which, yes, you got her off of the E. That was great.
I copper. I don't dodge that. I don't W it.
Yeah. Oh, did you not W at all? Oh, you didn't. Yeah. Okay.
I did it. It was kind of pointless. And then
Yeah. I was wondering why you lost that so hard. I was like, it shouldn't have been that bad. But yeah, if you don't W there, how much I can do for you on that. But either way...
I generally think about my W a lot more when I'm literally getting run down with 1 hit of health left.
Yeah.
And that's when I go, oh, I've got a W.
Yeah. So your goal here should have been to immediately back out after the Q.
Right.
So why am I saying that?
Because she's got ult, she's at full health, so she will out-trade me before I get her down low enough to use my ult.
Let's go back a little bit and let's see if you can see it. Alright, so we're using E here.
She's dropped a potion too.
9 seconds of cooldown. 3 seconds on cooldown. Oh, wait, is it back up? Oh, I guess, oh, you use it again. There it is. Okay. So, use E, 9 seconds, 8 seconds. Then you get 5 seconds. Still got 3 seconds and we go in. You can't go in without your E.
Right.
So, if you go in...
I had to stand there and auto.
Yeah, or just at least sit there and wait, let her push into you or something. As soon as your E comes up, this trade's good. But you can't go in until you have E.
Yeah.
He's just gonna run you over. And then you kind of stand there awkwardly because you're waiting on your E, and she kills you. Well, doesn't kill you, but you run away. Oh, then she does, yeah. Yeah, because your W block nothing.
Yeah.
So, during that combo, when should you have been blocking with your W? Let's watch it again. Yeah.
So, pretty much right here.
Yeah, somewhere in there, particularly when the Pinnacle's about to hit is good too.
Yeah.
Yeah. It doesn't have to be perfect, but really, as long as you know she's about to do a lot of damage to you is when you need to use it.
Yeah.
Run back. What do we have on items? Okay. Helping out a fellow Echo.
I wanted the wave to push into me, and it helps out the jungler. Seemed like a good idea.
Yeah.
And he repays me.
Good. You wasted ultimate.
Did it actually go off? I can't remember one of these.
Yeah. You could have just killed her there. Wait, did you have just silence? Let me look. Maybe she would have gotten the ult off, but I really feel like you could have just killed her there anyway. You were both full HP pretty much.
Yeah. But with us both being there, if she was to E and then ult, that's 3 bodies, that's a bunch of tentacles, and
Yeah, but that would take her a while.
she'll heal a ton.
Because she has to E first, get through that animation, then she has to jump up.
Yeah.
It would take a while for that to happen. Nice, pick up the kill. With the wave, or at least try to.
Got a bunch of shutdown gold too.
Yeah.
This is where the MF started raging because I stole her kill.
Over it.
she wasn't getting over it. And I'm like, well, why didn't you kill her then?
Yeah.
It's like, I had ult up. I'm like, then why didn't you use it?
Okay, so we recall, and then we have 630 gold, or no, actually that's before. Hold on. Weird, yeah, 2,150 gold. It's been a while since we've reset. Goodness. Okay, reset. So with this amount of gold, our goal should be getting Ninja Tabis, finishing that, finishing Phage, and then getting a Stinger. I don't like that you get the Sheen here. Because you have enough gold to finish Ninja Tabis and the Phage, all that. So I know that you have enough gold for Sheen because you're still sitting at 130. And Stinger's going to do more damage.
Because of the attack speed.
Yeah. And just in general, don't benefit from the mana of the Sheen, so you get more value out of Stinger. And then, as we're leaving, we buy another health potion. I don't like.
Right.
At this point in the game, it's already past 10 minutes. You don't need to be buying health potions. You already have one anyway that you didn't have to use. You have red buff. You're far stronger than her. There's no reason to buy that health potion.
Right.
Just a waste of 50 gold. Oh, I just hit backspace. Okay, that's fine. And instead of that potion, I would have liked you to have bought a control ward there.
The reason why I didn't is because I already have one up, and for some reason, I think you can only have one.
That is true.
Yeah.
However, you can get far better spots than this bush.
Right.
So typically what I'm looking for is you to kill...
Go put it in there. Go put it in their tri-bush.
No. Here.
Like, right, yeah. Either blue buff
Blue
or
bush.
tri.
Yeah. You say try, do you mean this?
Oh, no, I meant the one, like, in the intersection. The four-way intersection. Or three-way intersection.
Hold on.
So, go right from there.
This?
Yeah.
Good, but it's not going to do a whole lot at this point in the game.
Right.
Later it can be good once more turrets are down, but early on this is going to be the best ward you can get.
Because you can at least see the jungler whenever he's taking his
Yeah.
buff.
So Echo is getting Rift Herald. We back out after this. Oh no, Echo's coming. Nice. Okay, and then we go chop the wave. I don't like this.
If it makes you feel better during that, I use my W.
Hey. Yeah. I don't like this because you could have just taken multiple plates.
Right.
And that kill there wasn't really guaranteed.
Right.
I should have actually been able to kill her on their own, but Echo played it like a monkey. You also, well, she does TP, but you could have gotten the wave into turret, made her miss minions. Alright. So... why do we die here?
I wasn't looking at my map
Yep.
regularly enough to see her come up.
Yep. You hadn't warded, and then for the vision you did have, you didn't see her coming.
Yeah.
Happens.
I almost got away.
So when it comes to wave management, as soon as we crash these minions under her turret, well, oh, never mind, she tries to freeze it here, which she actually kind of does. Staying here becomes problematic.
Yeah.
Because we don't know where Kali is. And if we're going to do anything here, we need to just shove this whole wave in. So I should have seen E go on all of these minions, including the casters, because this is the last spot we want to be in against an Alawi.
Yeah.
Because if you keep the wave here, she's able to freely build up her pinnacles, and it gets really bad.
Yeah.
And then also roaming.
Turret plating will soon fall.
Push out the wave. Yeah.
Now this here, I remember I was trying to bait her out because he was where he was, but I'd already pushed in the wave.
Yeah.
So it was kind of that awkward, like, I don't know how to draw her out, but I kind of need her to try to chase me to do it.
That shouldn't be your goal right now anyway.
I didn't know, like, how to, because he was just kind of waiting in that bush, and I was like,
Yeah. Okay. So, problem is, and it'd be really nice if we had a control ward. Jax just died. Take all his stuff.
Right.
You clear his top side, and especially if you had a control ward, clear top side, clear his blue buff, wait for him, kill him at blue buff.
Right. That's another thing that I found. I played a game versus Jax, and I was level 8, he was level 6.
Yeah.
And he wrecked me. I had level and gold advantage, and I don't know why.
Probably because you let him build up his passive.
Must have. But yeah, he absolutely wrecked me. And
Yeah.
I was just like, I'm 2 levels up and have gold advantage. Like, I had Phage at the time. Like, I was already, you know, I had, like, at least my first level of Power Spike, and it just did nothing. I was like, wow, okay.
Killing spree.
Pretty fucked.
Killer. Good. Oh. Okay. Yeah, I don't like that we're buying match resist here. We should have just been buying Steric Stage.
The reason why I went into that is because their Akali
Yeah.
is fed.
I get that. But you're still gonna get more out of Steric Gauge because of
To health and demolish.
yeah. Well, yeah, it does help with demolish, but that's not really an important factor into why you're buying it.
It stops me from getting burst down, especially against an Akali.
Yeah, it's gonna help with the execute. So that's the main thing. Oh god, why do we walk back in? Let him die.
Yeah, that's, I said the same thing when it happened.
Yeah.
I was pretty much like, I should not have turned around then.
So, got Drake coming up in 24 seconds. Where should we be heading?
To Drake. Get some wards around Drake, clear any wards around Drake, prep it, get it ready for a Drake fight.
Okay. Do you have time to get wards around Drake? It's up in 8 seconds.
Not anymore, but
Yeah.
we do have our well, we can see Jax there anyway.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty sure. I'm usually fairly decent at pinging dragon times. I don't know. I mean,
Lucian did.
I don't know Lucian is there.
Yeah.
I don't know about this game. I haven't been paying attention to the pings that have been taking place so much, but generally I'm fairly over a Drake, especially a mountain. I'd love a mountain Drake on Garen.
So, enemy or not enemy team? Our team slaughters them. Now we start heading to Drake. Like, you see the timing on this?
Yeah, I'm well behind.
Yeah, because if you were gonna go, it needed to be at the very start. But then now we're just wasting time missing these minions, and this is how you end up with low CS, by the way.
Right.
Leaving for no reason. And so they pretty much have killed it by the time you get there.
Yeah.
And now we are mid lane. We do not need to be mid lane.
I came mid lane because MF was heading top.
Yeah. But you shouldn't be top lane.
I'd already pushed my tower as well, so I thought if I'm mid lane, I'll be able to, or at least if I'm more out and about, I'll be able to apply more pressure and help with team fights.
Okay. Problem here. We don't want to be team fighting right now. 3 of your team's ultimates are down.
Right.
Also, they're all here. Misfortune's top. 3 of the enemies are dead. In what way are we team fighting?
Right.
Instead of chasing, what these guys should have been doing, and what you as well could have helped them do, is get the Rift Herald. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or you could have just sent them and then you go bottom. Either way, getting a little bit more done than just clearing a wave.
Yes. I think this game actually went for, what, 30 odd minutes?
It looks like it. Based off the timeline. What are we sitting on? 700, 800, okay. Drop that control word. Was that Blitzcrank? Yeah, it was. Okay. Yeah. So, do you have a guess at why I don't like his control word here?
It's going to get cleared very quickly.
No, it probably won't at all for a good while, actually.
And it doesn't provide too much vision.
Yeah, it doesn't do anything. So, first off, he didn't put it at the end of the bush, so he's missing a good chunk here.
Yeah.
Drake isn't up for 4 minutes, so warding this side doesn't do anything.
Baron's about to come up.
Yeah.
So there should be more vision up that end.
Agreed. And he shouldn't even be bottom side, he should be top because of Baron coming up, or at least mid lane. Mid lane would actually be ideal, but it's solo queue. Yeah, that was just really bad order by him. And then here, we Jason and Akali are successful. Now we got everyone bottom. Which, I would have liked for you to have pinged Misfortune to go mid, and then you stayed bottom. But now we're in this situation. Where are we going?
I was going to help Echo, but then realized that if I was to help, I may end up killing him. And
Yeah.
it wasn't worth it.
So, we just killed Jax. Aaron.
We should definitely heading Baron, yep.
Yeah. Now, if you weren't so far ahead, it might be risky to do that, but with a Blitzcrank and how far ahead you guys are, you definitely could have done Baron after pushing the wave out.
Yeah.
They'd have been busy clearing it. You guys have decent clear speed. Could have done it for sure. But now we're taking a risky 4v4 because Misfortune is bottom. For no reason.
Cleaning up.
Oh. You are way too focused on kills as being your way of pressuring them out.
Right.
We still got 30 minutes. Or not 30 minutes, 30 seconds. What was that? You said checking vision?
Yeah, I hit the thing over the dragon to check vision because dragon's going to be up soon.
Well, yeah, I get that. But why did you stand in the pit, though?
I don't know. Good question.
You even assistance pinged. You thought it was coming up. But you didn't realize that it was still 34.
Oh, too early. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I would have checked the time. Went. Oh wait, I'm way too early. And
Yeah.
then,
Here we wasted flash. Malawi with Sterix. And kill Nautilus. Still somehow magically win this fight. Cool. Okay. So we take
this one we actually split. So I was this conversation. Me and MF were heading to the dragon because I was heading dragon. I pinged it. MF followed and came this way, or started heading that way anyway.
Okay.
And then my support, who I was with in Discord, is like, we'll all head there. You clear dragon, and we'll meet at Baron. So it was a tactical split.
It's really inefficient to do that.
Well, it's because we just cleared their whole team, so
Yeah.
instead of, and it wasn't going to take us too long to clear the dragon and head up. Or are you saying it would be better to have the whole team hit one and then the whole team go hit the other?
Whole team go for one and then head immediately to the other. That way, especially because if you do that, like, this would have been down faster. You guys could have reset faster.
The whole idea is, so instead of clearing one and then needing to go clear the other, then reset, we could just kind of, we thought it would be faster by doing that.
Dylan. This game should be pretty over by this point. Okay, yeah. There we go. Okay. So, as usual, I have my notes for you. Any questions before that?
I think we covered a lot during, obviously the notes will reiterate, but what do you do if, for instance, so obviously I got a bit ahead here, what would you say regarding go, because obviously I started going more tank than damage. What would it be worth, because you've obviously already mentioned about the Spirit Visage, would it be worth, instead of going Spirit Visage or the Adaptive Helm, to go either Dead Man's or go into an attack, go Phantom Dancer, for instance?
So
Or just straight up Sterix Gauge?
It would have been straight up Sterix Gauge.
Right.
Is the best option. So you can't go Dead Man's immediately because one, Sterix is just better for you early on. And if you go Dead Man's, you're weak to Akali. Anyway, the only time that I would even consider going Dead Man's second item is if they're like all AD.
Right. Which in my elo does happen quite a lot.
Yeah, true, to be fair, but generally it's just gonna be better still to go Sterix. Yeah, I wouldn't go Phantom Dancer this game though because you could.
I was already killing them quite easily.
Well, no, it's just Akali's burst is a bit high for you to go Phantom Dancer. If you're gonna go Phantom Dancer, you need to know that you can. Trying to think of the word. Compensate your lack of a strong shield for that extra damage, because it's obviously not as good as Sterix shield.
Yeah.
Although it would really help you continue to push your lead though against Alawi.
At this point, she wasn't much of a threat.
What are we building with Crystalline Bracer? Because that builds into like Warmogs.
Possibly even a Warmogs.
Okay.
We were going to get the Ocean Soul, and I think I was actually
It was
talking
Mountain.
about my health. Yeah.
It was Mountain Soul, not Ocean. So.
Oh, I don't know.
But if okay, so let's say you did get Ocean Soul, why would you need Warmogs?
Just have ridiculous health regen. Like more
But
so
it's
than usual.
redundant. You already have Spirit Visage.
Exactly. So I'd have even more healing. That was the mentality behind it.
Okay, but what happens if you get one shot? Because
I would have like nearly 4k health with like that group of items, so I wouldn't be
like, yeah,
I wouldn't be getting one shot.
yes, you would be tanky, but I think you're underestimating Akali's burst and multiple people hitting you.
Yeah, true.
But you also would be reducing your mobility by going Warmogs instead of Deadmans.
Right.
And
Wait. Is this the game? No. I remember there was a game that I was taking a lot of true damage, and I remember in that game I definitely went Warmogs. Or started heading towards it. It's not this game.
yeah, I wouldn't get Warmogs until like last item, at least.
Right.
Well, I say at least that's the only option, but anytime before that I wouldn't do it. And then you could argue Spirit Visage with Warmogs because of the
increased healing.
Yeah, the increased healing. You actually could use your passive quickly and then go back into the same fight. Outside of that, you wouldn't really want Spirit Visage though.
Towards end game, I generally have that anyway.
Yeah.
Like it's not that much of a difference. Like if I leave a battle for 10 seconds and come back in, I'm practically full health. Like I think my regen goes up to about 70 or 80 HP a second. So it's like, yeah, I don't need to leave for long, and I regen a lot of health back. I think I did it in this fight actually. Like I got bursted down at the start of it fairly early, and then left and came back.
By the time you went back in, it was already over though. Like your healing had no impact on the fight because we go back. Two are dead. Tristana's almost dead. You go heal. Lucian's running around, picks off Tristana. You're still not even half HP. your regen doesn't matter here. Whether you regen or not, you still in the game.
Yeah, but it's more so because if I didn't have that sort of regen, coming back into the fight would be impossible. Where even just as a presence being there, I felt would obviously help. And then,
Well, it's not impossible to go back into the fight. Akali's aura is down, and you have more people than they do.
yeah.
Anyway, now, of course, when I say if the enemy jungler is dead on major objectives, it would apply for Drake, but for Baron, you still have to consider how strong the enemy team is. It wouldn't apply to everything.
If they came in while we're fighting and just cleared us out, they're going to get a free Baron.
Yeah. Yeah. So those are the main things that I noticed throughout the game.
Right. As far as tips on CSing, because as you would see, even with this, like, I'm probably at like 4.6 CS a minute.
So
Obviously, I'm aware of this being terrible, but I think a lot of it comes down to, like, when I'm CSing, okay, I hit that one, but, like, for instance, that there.
okay. So yeah, I can talk about the actual mechanic of DSing.
Like, I know a melee minion takes 2 tower shots and a basic, but especially early, like really early game before I've got any items, it'll take 2 tower shots or like a basic attack, a tower shot, another basic attack, and then it gets cleared, and I'm like, like it's just, or it's already down a bit of health, so I don't have the damage to clear it, and the tower's just gonna take it.
Well, I mean, if you understand how much it takes for the turret to kill it, that's just a matter of practicing it.
And timing.
Yeah. Which, as you play more, it should become a little bit more natural.
Yeah.
CSing is one of those where you just have to do it over and over, really.
Yeah.
But most of it isn't because you're actually missing CS, it's just because of these random rotations.
Right. Like if I was standing there actually fighting fighting the CS, then I could get, an extra 1 or 2 waves every few minutes.
Yeah, chasing kills, randomly running to this Drake, all of those, they add up really fast. Also, when you would have, instead of diving, if you had gone and take Jack's camps, that'd have been more CS.
Right.
So that's where all of the issue is coming from. Now, yes, improving your CSing ability would definitely help, but it's not the biggest problem of your low CS.
One thing I saw in like some of your other videos, like you were coaching, I think, a platinum or a gold, and I remember like it really almost triggered me because they were at like 10 minutes and they hadn't placed a single ward. And I remember going like, what? Like, even if my wards aren't great, at least I have some vision down. Like, it was really like, why?
Yeah.
And then it really like kind of made me question, like, how are these people the rank that they're at when they were chasing into like the enemy jungle with no vision and dying. They were, and it was just really kind of like, how is this like a platinum or high gold?
Yeah, people get to gold and plat in different ways.
Yeah.
The higher you go, the more people kind of are on the same thought processes with things.
Yeah.
But yeah, if it's like gold or really even up to low diamond, people can have very different weaknesses and still climb through other strengths. So, for example, that platinum player might understand that his W key exists, and so he wins the fight that you don't.
That's true. I noticed, like, even like biggest thing I noticed with all of the videos is the higher they were, and obviously the more games they had played, their CSing was much better. They were so much better at last hitting than I was.
Yeah.
Like they definitely missed a lot less. Because I still miss, even when I'm at like, say I'm freezing a wave or whatever, I'll somehow get creep blocked by my own creep and then be a second late to get there and miss it, and it'll be a cannon and I'll just be flaming myself like, oh my fucking god, like I just missed a freaking cannon again, and like
Ears, yeah. I die on the inside every time I miss cannon. I do it way too
Yeah.
much.
oh, I do it. You probably saw it plenty of times throughout this
Yeah.
game. Like, I definitely like that. For instance, like I just miscalculated the damage by like the tiniest slither, and it just triggers me every time. So like that should have been a kill. Or by just like that. See, I'm like, I'll kill it to finish it, and I miss it by that littlest bit.
Yeah.
And it happens so often, and it's just like I feel like I'm not as bad as I I tried to get it, it's just I didn't.
Yeah. Thought process was just there, but the hands weren't.
Exactly. It's not in the hands. I still queued the prick. It just did it too
Yeah,
early.
I guess. Well, I guess if you don't have any questions on any of these, that'll be the end of it.
With
Yeah.
the don't waste summoners and alt,
Yeah.
obviously the ignite that I did here was, completely rubbish. Shouldn't have wasted it. The alt and summoner in general, though, a lot of the time it's the catch-22 where I could not use it and then not need to use it for another however long the cooldown is and not have it, or I could use it and potentially get that kill, or and that's where it's using it a little bit early, and that's where that mentality comes in.
Okay,
Like,
yeah.
I could use it, and possibly get a kill, or I could not use it and then not end up using it.
Yeah. Mainly what I'm just wanting you to do is become more aware when you're using it. If you are iffy because you haven't played that much Garen, so you're not super confident in your damage, then yeah, use it if you need to. But if it's very clear that you're gonna get it anyway, then just hold it. Was mainly I was looking at. Because even if you don't use your ultimate, if you have it, that's enough to threaten your opponent to respect that you have your ultimate.
Yeah, obvious. Yeah, of course.
Well, maybe in higher elos. They might not in this elo. They might still go in anyway. But
yeah, I have plenty of people going at me when I.
Yeah, and if they do, that's just a free kill. So no downside to that.
That's what happened with the Aurelia. Like as I was saying, in the game that I played with her, I hadn't versed her before, so the first one was a little bit iffy. But pretty much what would happen is we would be fairly evenly trading our health down. We both got to 6 around the same time. She ulted me, I ulted back, I won. Because I still don't know what her ult does. She doesn't take damage or something, but my ult's true damage, so she just died.
So her ultimate is the giant
arrow
thing that
of
like
bullets.
explodes.
The big, like, arrow of light.
Yeah.
swords.
Yeah. So that procs her passive so that she can Q you again. It also does damage and disarms you. If you walk into it, you can't auto attack.
Okay, yeah, I did notice that the one
Yeah.
time I did try to auto attack her and do stuff in there because nothing was working.
Yeah.
But the first, like, I think 2 or 3 times she ulted me, I ulted back and killed her. So she was just flaming, going that you're all stupid, and the
Yeah.
standard versing Garen.
Because her W where she stands still and then throws her little arrow whichever direction she chooses
Yeah.
reduces damage, but Garen doesn't care. So
Yeah.
that's why Aurelia is generally a pretty good matchup.
Fiora, I don't like versing her.
Yeah, I don't either.
A lot of the
Perma
time
ban
they
her.
All right. No one really plays her in my elo.
Yeah.
Like I think I've only ever versed 1 or 2. But
Yeah.
and they missed a lot of their block damage block skill, whatever they do. But
Yeah, you can
every
win
now-
it. It's just my mental can't handle it.
every now and again, like I would pop an ability and she would just block it completely, and it just was triggering.
Yeah, so the way you beat Fiora is you start the trades with your E,
So then, yeah,
and then just walk away.
right.
If she burns her W, then you can Q her as well afterwards. But yeah, your E, if you're maxing it, will out damage her usually, unless you're behind.
Right. Any thoughts on boots? The difference between Merc Treads, Ninja Tabbies, Swifties, or Berserker Greaves?
Okay, don't ever get swiftness. No reason to.
What if I'm versing very mobile champs and I'm having a lot of trouble?
That's why Dead Man Plate. Dead Man's Plate is the reason you don't need
Go
it.
to?
Yeah. But yeah, so if it Berserker Griefs is gonna be your ideal scenario where you don't have to build defensively.
Right.
Because
Or at
it's
least
just-
not yet.
Yeah, it's really, really good. If you're not into a hard matchup, then you're gonna want to build it.
Just get that extra damage on
Yeah,
my
you could have actually built it in this game, but yeah. So if you can, you build it, and then if you can't because they just do too much damage, then you would go Ninja Tabis if they do auto attacks, or if they have a lot of CC / magic damage, you go Merc Treads. I mean, it's pretty obvious for
Yeah.
why you would do those. Yeah, hopefully that answers your question on that.
Yeah. So don't ever go Swifties. Berserker Greaves for damage, and if I can pull it off, otherwise go defensive and get
Yeah.
whatever, either 80 or AP, depending. The freezing of the lane. One thing that I've always wanted to actually know, because every time I watch any sort of video on them and they'll freeze a lane, or they'll just look at the lane and go, okay, that's pushing back into me, or that will push back into me. That I sometimes that's what I think is going to happen. I'm like, look at the waves. I'm like, all right, they got a bigger wave. They should push into me. Or, and sometimes it just doesn't happen the way I think it should, and I don't know why.
Okay. So when it comes to that, let me go back. Maybe here, a little bit more. So if no one touches the wave and it's just right here,
It should break even.
yeah, at least in theory. Technically, it doesn't break freeze or even.
One of them would get the final hit and move
Yeah,
forward.
yeah, because like if you watch it in practice tool, it'll eventually push to one side, and I think it depends on the side of the map, but I don't remember which side. It doesn't really matter.
No.
Yeah. So
It's effectively even.
yeah, as far as we're concerned, it's even. So if you have 6, they have 6, it goes even. If the
I know
waves
the
meet.
ideal for a freeze is 4 or 4 casters, or at least 4.
Yeah, 4 minions. So, but what part of the lane is that? Because you can freeze in different parts of the lane.
If you're freezing it outside your tower.
Yeah, that's gonna be 4. If you're like as close to your tower as you can get, 4 is gonna be. Yep.
Yeah.
So here, or actually, let me do a little closer. So like here. The way you know that they're gonna push back into you is if they have one more, or no, not one more, sorry. Unless you have at least one more minion than them, it's gonna push back. Because if we're on even terms, so if you have 6 minions, they have 6 minions, it's gonna push back because their reinforcements hit here first.
Right.
And then as you keep going, so here was like 1. Here was 2, 3, 4. those are not exact lines. Please don't take that literally.
No. I get you.
Yeah. But yeah, so slowly, it's just the same way for you as if you're trying to freeze it. So, as you said earlier, like 4 here, you need them to have 3 here, 2 here. So if they have more than that amount you want to hold, it's gonna push. Same thing for you. If you have
that's why
more
you,
than they
like-
want, it'll push.
So that's why you kind of like clear the 1 or 2 minions to like trim it down to keep it.
Yeah.
And then now freezes generally, what I've noticed is I can freeze it for maybe a wave or 2,
Mhm.
and then obviously my wave gets massive, and then I push with a big wave.
Yeah.
Now, at that point, I'll generally try to back because I've just crashed a massive
Mhm.
wave into it. A lot of the time, I'll come into a wave, like a frozen wave, like on their end though.
Yeah.
Is there a way you can break a freeze if your opponent is freezing?
Okay. So usually in this elo they don't, but if they actually are properly freezing, it depends on the champion. So for some of them, you just walk up and eat the wave because your wave clear is better. If the enemy has equal wave clear and or they are stronger than you and you can't just walk up and clear it, then you have 2 options. Or maybe more actually. You leave the lane, go roam, and then force them to push the wave to try to punish you for roaming. Or you get jungle assistance and have them help you break it.
Right.
It's pretty rare that you have to get to that point where you have to get jungler assistance, but it can get that bad if they do it right, to where they just keep holding it and then you're eventually just, there's nothing you can do about it.
Yeah.
But generally, you just can just go roam, get deep vision, and then force them to be pressured out of freezing.
Right. Sweet. Okay. Either way, I freaking hate Alawi. This one, to be fair, did quite shit in comparison to the ones I have versed in the past.
Yeah.
The ones I've versed in the past, I don't think, and now I don't know if this is just because I've been better at kind of staying behind creeps more often, but in the past, when I versed in Alawi, I swear they hit nearly every E. Even if I step to the side, it still manages to grab me, and then I'm just freaking tilted from day one. But
Yeah, in theory, her E is like this, but then when you play against her, E's like this.
yeah, pretty much. But like, where that middle line is, say she's shot it and I'm not running into it, and I'm where I am here. It's like I've like stepped away and I'm this distance, and it still manages to freaking proc on me, and I'm just like, It's like hitbox is freaking real. Don't go in without E.
Yeah.
I just saw that.
I
It
should
reminded
do.
me.
Yeah.